Being anonymous. This is a key feature in ethical hacking and it can help you protect your identity for whatever malicious things you are doing. So, without any delay, let's jump right into it. So, before we jump on to how to install or download Tor or configuring our dark web website, I'm gonna be showing you about the theoretical part on this project. So, these are the timestamps. So, if you have to follow these, I will leave them in the description below so you can check it out from there. Right here, we have the first slide on how our normal daily use browsers can track us. So let's say this is you and you want to access facebook.com, and in between this communication between you and Facebook, you are receiving and sending packets to Facebook. You have your web browser. So right here, your web browser. I'm sorry for this, so I'm just gonna erase this. So this would be your web browser. So your web browser can intercept and it can see everything that you are sending to Facebook and everything that you are interacting with facebook.com, and it can see everything basically. So let's say you want to like a post. So you send Facebook a request that I want to like a post. So in between this communication, the web browser opens the packet, it sees that you want to like that post, and then it closes it and it sends to facebook.com. So that's how the communication works, and the web browser can identify that the request is coming from this IP address and it is going to this IP address. So now I'm going to be showing you a little example how the normal daily use web browsers can track us. Now if I go on to google.com and I type what is my IP address and I press enter, you will see that Google knows my IP address. Google knows my public IP address and it knows where my requests are coming from. So now let's go on to the command prompt for a second, and in the command prompt we will see that if we try to ping google.com, we will see that we have a request getting from google.com and we have a packet sending and receiving procedure from google.com. We are getting a reply from this IP address, which is google.com. So now let's understand how the Tor browser works and protects our identity, unlike the other daily use browsers. Now let's see that this is you and this is your internet service provider, and this can be anyone like Vodafone, Airtel, AT&T and many more. So what this really does is that it just takes your request and it puts it on the internet. So your internet service provider takes your request and puts it in the Tor browser. Don't be confused. All these onions that I'm showing you in this slide are basically different computers that are laid all across the world and with different IP addresses. So this is a computer, this is a computer, this is a computer, this is a computer, and these all are computers which I have written as onions because it is called the onion router. So your internet service provider takes your request, puts it on the Tor browser, and it jumps on the first random node that Tor picks. So before it goes there, it is encrypted by the Tor algorithm right here before it reaches the first node. So the request is encrypted and it is sent to the first node, then to the second one, to the third, and then to the fourth. So let's say this is in Switzerland, in Germany, in Austria, and in USA. So this request bounces off a couple of times, and after it is done, it sends your request to facebook.com or the desired IP address. So now facebook.com is thinking that your request is coming from this node or from the United States, but you are right here. So you are completely anonymous and nobody can track your IP address in any way. So now let's understand how you can use Tor using a VPN. So let's say this is your internet service provider as always, and this is your VPN. So what a VPN does, it creates a tunnel somewhat like this. It creates a tunnel between the internet service provider and, I would say, the Tor network right here. So it creates a tunnel and let's say an extra layer of encryption. So it takes your request, encrypts it once, and then sends it to the Tor network. The Tor network repeats the same procedure, and then you have facebook.com. So that's how you can access facebook.com or any other website using the Tor browser. So now let's jump on to the practical part on how you can download and install Tor and host your own dark web website on Tor. So now that we have understood the theoretical part, let's jump on and download and install Tor. So to do that, all you have to do is that you have to write download Tor on your browser, and you have to click the first link that appears. If you can't find this, I will also leave a link in the description below to this page right here. So after you are there, you can simply click on the operating system you want to download it on. So I am on OS X, so I'm gonna download it. It will probably take some time, and I'm gonna save this file. So while it is downloading, why don't you smash that like button down there and subscribe to the channel, and also please click on the bell icon so that you never miss an update from me. So the downloading is done, so I'm gonna open it. And I'll be redirected, so I'm going to just skip the verification because I know that Tor is safe and secure. So as you can see, now I'll be redirected to this page. So all you have to do to install Tor, you have to drag this in your applications folder. But I have already done that right here, as you can see. So I'm just going to click on that and Tor will be up and running for me. So as you can see, you are in the Tor browser, you are in the dark web. So you can now search anything and it will be configured through the dark web. So to check that you are completely on, you can just write check.torproject.org. torproject.org. And after you press enter, you will be redirected to this page, which will show you if your Tor project is up and running. So in my case, as you can see, it is telling me that my browser is configured to Tor and my IP address appears to be this, but it is not this. So to check that out, why this appears to be this my IP address, I'm going to click on my log button right here. And as you can see, my request is going from France to Netherlands, then to Germany, and then to torproject.org. So my last IP address that is going to Tor project is this. So Tor project thinks that my IP address is this, but my original IP address is hidden and secure. So that is why it proves that your IP address is safe and secure, and it is not publicly available. So to check that, I'm gonna go on facebook.com. It'll probably take some time, and as you can see in facebook.com, we can see something strange. We have facebook.com's entry and these email and password in a different language. Now why is that? Because Facebook thinks that we are accessing this from Germany, and it thinks that this request is coming from Germany, so that is why it gave me German. So as you can see, now Facebook does not know my identity, and it thinks that I am someone from Germany. So my identity is completely private and anonymous, and I'm completely off the grid. So that's how you can configure the Tor browser. And there is one little option that I want to show you. So this is the shield right here. So if you click on that and you go on advanced security settings, you will be redirected to this page, which is the security page of Tor. You can select any of these three options, that is standard, safer, and safest, and there is a little bit description what it will do. So you can configure a safety from here. So yeah, that's all for configuring Tor. Now let's jump on and host our own dark web website and get it on the darknet. So now that I am on my Kali Linux virtual machine, I am gonna go on my terminal, and if you don't know how to install this, I will also leave an information card right here, and I will also leave a link in the description, so you can check it out how you can download and install Kali Linux as a virtual machine from there. So let's click on the terminal button right here, and we have Kali. So right here, the first thing that I want to do is you have to update. So you have to write sudo apt get install, sudo apt get update, and that's it. Oh sorry, yeah, so now it is asking me for my password. And so let's understand what the statement is doing. So I am telling Linux, so the sudo command, what this does is that it is just telling Kali that I am asking it humbly. So let's say this is please, so please apt get update. So now what it will do, it will fetch the updates from Kali Linux So now what it'll do, it'll fetch me all the updates that are on the Kali Linux website and install it in Kali Linux. So now that we have done that, I can write sudo apt get install Tor, and that's simple. Yeah, that's done. Boom, you have installed Tor in your system, and in your case it'll completely download and install everything, but in my case, as you can see, it is showing me that Tor is already installed, and the newest version is installed. So I'm gonna clear the slate, and then we have to do a few commands. So I'm gonna write sudo nano, which is a text editor, then slash etc slash tor slash torque, and this will take me to this file. Now if I go down till I reach these two commands, hidden surface directory and hidden surface port. So in your case it'll show you something like this. So it'll be something like this, but all you have to do is that you have to uncomment this, and it'll be available, it will show you in white. And after you've done that, you can just hit Ctrl X, then it'll ask you if you want to save the modified buffer, then just press Y and enter. Yeah, so it was that simple. You have configured everything. Now all you have to do is that you have to get your address. To do that, you can go ahead and you can write sudo, so please cat. So what cat does, it will just list everything that is in the directory that we are going to be accessing. So the directory would be var libraries tor hidden service, hidden service, and then there will be slash hostname. So as you can see, we have our darknet website in front of us, and this is the address of our darknet website. Now let's copy that for a second. So I'm just gonna copy it for later, and let's just clear the slate. I'm gonna go back onto my Tor browser, and let's paste this, and I'm gonna be on my own dark web website. So yeah, as you can see, you have your dark web website, so you can configure this HTML page as whatever you want. I'm also going to be showing how you can do that in a second. So to configure your HTML file, all you have to do is that you have to go on cd slash var, then slash www. Yeah, right there you are on slash www, and after that you have to go on cd html, and yeah, that's it. You just have to list all the commands by ls, and you have two files. You have index.html and you have this file, so you can just ignore this one, and you have to work with index.html. So I'm again gonna open nano index.html. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot sudo, so please nano index.html. Right here we have the HTML file that you saw earlier in the web page, and you can configure this as whatever you want. So I will leave this HTML in the description. If you want this, you can just change the heading, and you can change the paragraph, and you can change whatever you want if you know a bit of HTML. So after you've configured that, just press Ctrl X, you will be back. And yeah, that's all for this tutorial. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please smash the like button down there, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update from me. So I'll see you next time.